Pleasure seekers. We are in a completely different part of the Caribbean now. We moved from Punta Cana to, I think it's called Juan Julio. It's kind of in between here and like the main, it's kind of in between Boca Chica and then the main airport, I think. Yeah, so we've come here for 10 days. We actually had a bit of bother at the last apartment. Hold on, let me just try and hold this better. We actually had a bit of bother at the last apartment that we stayed in. We booked it on Airbnb and it was just like a complete nightmare. And it was funny because at the time I was dealing with some issues with setting my boundaries, and this came up really strong for me in a family constellation that I did. With one of the other women in the Ignite program that I'm in with our mentor, and basically boundaries came up big time. And after that constellation, it was just reflecting in my reality, and I was learning to set my boundaries within myself and set my boundaries with like clients and within my business and mainly within myself. And so this was reflecting, and it was like we were given this really shoddy room. It was like worse than anywhere I've ever stayed, and that is saying something. Like, I've stayed in shacks in Thailand and India, and this was like worse than anywhere we've ever stayed. And we actually traveled the day of this really epic storm. We got the tail end of the hurricane, and I've heard that hurricane has actually like devastated a lot of lives, and my heart like really goes out to anybody and everybody that's been affected by that hurricane. Yeah, we got the tail end of it here in the Dominican Republic, and it was harsh. It was a really epic storm, and it was quite scary. But we were traveling on the day where it was like the worst day of the storm, and we were like in this taxi driving along the beachfront, and the waves were literally splashing the car. Like, everything was flooded. It was freaking crazy. It was an experience, and you know, I'm glad that I've experienced that. I've never experienced weather like that, but my heart really does go out to anybody that, you know, there's been lives lost because of the hurricane, and it's just so sad. So now we're in this new area, and all this stuff to do with boundaries was coming up, and I knew that this room that we'd been given was just, this accommodation we'd been given was just a reflection of me. It was a calling for me to set my boundaries, and also it was for Rory to like move out of his lack mentality, because a lot of that was surfacing as well. And so we have like set our standards higher. We left, like we stayed there for a couple of nights because we needed to figure out like what we're going to do. And the first night we were just exhausted because of the storm and traveling, and then so we stayed a couple of nights after that because we were trying to figure out what we wanted to do. And then we have found a really lovely apartment that's just right on the beach, even though the beaches aren't very nice this side of the Dominican, and also the storms just completely obliterated most of the beaches anyway, so they're doing a lot of cleaning up at the moment. But yeah, so we found this really lovely apartment, and as soon as we got here, everything just lifted, and there's a gorgeous pool like right next to the ocean, and yeah, it's beautiful. We've got a sea view room. Yeah, it's just perfect. So we are here now, and I just want to say to you, like, when you are up leveling your life and like setting new standards for yourself, setting new boundaries for yourself, this stuff will reflect in your reality. Your subconscious really is the thing that rules you most of the time. That's the thing that is actually dictating what is going on in your reality, and you have to become aware of your subconscious so that you can shift it and create, like, you can choose your reality then once you have that awareness. And so we were like asking the question, like, why is this reflecting in our reality? Like, what's this about? All this stuff to do with boundaries came up, and all this stuff to do with layers of lack mentality and us setting the standard. And also it's about leaping before you're ready and doing things before you're ready to do them or before you feel ready. And so this is a big learning that's been happening in my life for the past year, is saying yes to things before you're ready, saying yes before you're 100% sure. If it's a true desire and you know that it's like a must for you, then say yes before you're even ready or before you're even sure, and then the way will unfold because you've said yes. But you have to, your being already knows your desires. You can't hide your desires from the universe or from yourself. You can't lie to yourself, you can try to lie to yourself and pretend you don't want something that you want. So the decision's already been made that you want something, but you need to be the one to decide that you're going to actually receive that thing. And often you have to be really bold and brave, and you have to take a leap of faith, and you have to set your standards and set your boundaries for where you want them to be before you're even there yet, before you're even ready. And it's freaking scary sometimes. And this is what's happened to me. I said yes to being part of one of my other mentors' programs before I even had the money, and then the money flowed. I said yes to going to Thailand back in March, and that was a massive leap of faith for me. I didn't feel ready at all, but I said yes to it, and then it flowed. This is the thing, you have to say yes. If you know there's a burning desire within you and that it's something that you seriously want in your life, say yes to it before, don't let any small thoughts about, but I don't have the time, I don't have the money, I don't know how, blah, 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 this and that. Don't let those thoughts, that's your subconscious and your ego, don't let those stop you from doing the things you want to do in this life. I would not be traveling the world, I would not be in the Caribbean, I would not be selling my 20k premium program and working with dream clients if I let those thoughts dictate my life. If I kept letting my subconscious rule me, my little wounded child inside me rule me. No, I have said yes before I'm even ready to things. I have said yes to my desires and trusted in those desires, and that is how I am doing this. Granted, not everything is perfect, and there's still things that I'm healing and shifts that are happening, but I know, and I want to let you know, that you can do anything you want. You can do anything you want if you say yes to your desires, and if you say yes to yourself and take that leap before you even feel ready. So I hope this inspires you a little bit. If there's anything that you are wanting to do, or anything that you really desire in your life and you just don't even know where to begin, or if you're wanting to work with a mentor and you're just not sure how this is going to unfold, just say yes. Make that decision to receive your desires, make that decision to start the journey. And once you've made that decision, you're sending out the signals to the universe that yes, I am doing this no matter what, and then things will flow into place. And so I have to say the last few days have been very, very challenging for both Rory and I, just because I'm very sensitive to all energies and things that are going on in the world. And so obviously when there's a big tragedy like this hurricane and lots of deaths and destruction, I feel it really, really deeply. And I think that's what I've been feeling the past few days. But also Rory's had some family stuff come up as well, and it's just been a challenging few days, but now we have set our standards and set our boundaries. I'm still looking to align with some more soul sister clients, so I have space for my program and have space for my intensives as well. So if you are a female entrepreneur and you are looking to go premium and start actually charging your worth and receiving those dream clients that are really, really motivated and committed, and you're ready for that, you know in your heart that you're a premium mentor, a premium healer, a premium coach, whatever you want to call yourself, that you are a premium transformational mentor, then please do contact me. I will leave the link to my website and my Facebook page, so you can either private message me on Facebook or you can book a discovery session with me over on my website. I'll be really happy to connect with you and see if we're a fit for working together. Yeah, so I hope this helps you. Have an amazing day and remember to keep it juicy. Bye.